Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. This is my Hell in the Cell pay-per-view predictions video for the upcoming pay-per-view tomorrow night. This is the 4th annual Hell in the Cell event, and basically because of the way that everything fell apart during the whole CM Punk, Ryback, John Cena thing, where basically the planned main event was scrapped and Ryback was placed in there. I am gambling that this more likely will be the last Hell in the Cell pay-per-view. I think that Hell in the Cell will still be around, but I don't think that branding a pay-per-view with the Hell in the Cell name is going to be enough to draw in pay-per-view buys. And I think people would rather be surprised when the feud comes up. If you can remember back to the up for WrestleMania, you're in that little home stretch. Undertaker finally put that out there for the Hell in the Cell between him and Triple H. Everybody marked out. I believe I looked like I was high on helium or high on something in the video that I made, that proclaiming that this WrestleMania would be the best WrestleMania of all time. People just want that surprise back. People don't want to look at a calendar and be able to guess this feud's going to go 3 months, because they have to have something in the Hell in the Cell that's going to be worthy of it. And I think from now on they should save the Hell in the Cell, maybe make it make it a big deal. You still have them once a year, but have people guessing on when they're going to be. You don't always know that this is going to be here and this is going to be there. Just have things pop up and have it, be surprised. I had to write down the things because I'm not at home right now. Because basically I've been watching a lot of this wrestling on here. I've missed a show here or there. But thanks to Hulu now, I'm able to see the complete shows, what they let me see. But basically, I couldn't name all the matches that were on this card. I had to look them up. But it starts out with a Divas match. We have Eve, Layla, and Kaitlyn in a 3-way dance. I would not honestly be surprised if we see some sort of a turn where, I don't know how they could do it, but Kaitlyn turns heel on Layla, because I don't see Layla turning heel. But basically, and helping out Eve somehow in here and keep her title. I see Eve winning one way or another and keeping the Divas title and going on from there. Enough of that. Intercontinental title match, Kofi versus Miz. The main event show had them switching the titles a couple weeks ago, and now this is their, the big pay-per-view match of their feud. I would not mind seeing Kofi win this match and keep the title, and Miz move on to something else. He's done everything that he can do with the Intercontinental title. There's not much more out there. It's gotten to the point where Miz looks like he's a real player in this game now, and he's believable again, I guess you can say. He's been winning matches. It's not like that little before and after Mania thing when he couldn't buy a win from anybody. But maybe he'll go over to SmackDown and challenge for Sheamus. That was one thing Luke Cage recommended. I'm not 100% sure. But Kofi win. The next match, I do see as the number one contenders match. That's how I would bill it, but they haven't really put that on there yet. But we see Randy Orton going up against Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio's had his feud with Sheamus before, and he got put on the cold shoulder. And now I think he's working his way back up there. Randy Orton, he's been on TV putting some guys over here and there while he makes 12 rounds. He's just sort of been there. Hasn't really been doing anything. And probably his losses to the Big Show were more memorable than anything else he's really been doing. So maybe the Orton's in this mode where he's just putting guys over. I wouldn't mind seeing him put over Del Rio. That way we can book another Del Rio versus Sheamus match. Del Rio still isn't in that special mode yet, but I love this guy, and when he matters, he's one of my favorite guys out there. From there on, we go to the finals of the tag tournament. Or maybe they already had the finals, and this was the what they won from winning the tournament. But we have Team Hell No going up against Rhodes Scholars. Kane and Daniel Bryan are the hot thing right now, and I think that when they finally break up, we'll finally get the ending of their feud. I don't think the long-term plan is to have them in this tag team match forever and ever. But I honestly don't see them winning this match, but I don't see this being the end of their time. The people love them. But they didn't really make up a tag tournament just for them to come out and say, we believe in tag teams again. It's been fun seeing teams out there like the Primetime Players, Mysterio and Sin Cara. I guess you have a new tag team that are Truth's in. He broke up with Kofi, and he's moved on. And then there were some other teams. It made you really look that the first time that tag team wrestling really matters in WWE again. But Rhodes Scholars, they have their real name. They have their own Titantron entrance video. They don't have music. They use recycled music I think they use Cody's music when they come out most of the time. But I see them winning the title and making a big deal out of that. And then hopefully we'll have a good feud where they trade them back and forth. But honestly, I want to see the primetime players back in the play more than anything else. From there, the World Heavyweight Championship title match, we have Sheamus going up against Big Show. Big Show found his way into the main event. I don't know who he has pictures of or what he saw or what he did, but for some reason McMahon is in love with the Big Show again, and I don't think he notices that nobody else cares about him. I've never met a real Big Show fan. Somebody who's like, Big Show is my favorite wrestler. Met a lot of people who say they respect him, but they just don't like him. But Sheamus needs a big guy to work with. He's pretty much worked with everybody on SmackDown except for a real feud with Ziggler with championship matches like on a pay-per-view. But Sheamus is going to win this. There's no way they're going to put the title on Big Show. I just don't see it. I don't know. Next match is our only Hell in a Cell match. Is Ryback versus CM Punk. I just don't see Ryback winning the title. I see them doing some sort of shocking thing. I know the easiest way out is to say that Ryback hasn't paid his dues. My biggest thing with Ryback is he hasn't beat a lot of people. If you can remember back when they made Mark Henry, relevant again last year when he was on that big, huge feud, they had him go out there and they had him beat Big Show a few times. They had him beat Sheamus. Mark Henry was gaining momentum. Every pay-per-view he was beating somebody, that was a champion or that, that means something. And they were on big pay-per-view matches. He won the big match at SummerSlam against Sheamus. And that was the point when I knew this guy's the number one contender. He's if he's not going to win the title, he's at least getting a title shot. I mean, you win a big match like that at SummerSlam 2011, and you're gonna find your way in the mix in no time. Ryback really hasn't done that. Ryback's beat guys like I think he's beat The Miz. I think he's beat this guy and that guy. I think the guy that stocks the bread at the grocery store. I think he beat him a couple times, but he hasn't really beaten anybody real big. And that's my big thing: is why put the title on him? Let Punk get it. The whole feud when we get there to Royal Rumble is Punk versus The Rock, and The Rock has to step up to the plate and say, you've been the champion this many days, but you've never beat me, and basically kick his ass and win the title. And that's what I want to see. I think that's what everybody else wants to see. Not expecting a whole lot from this pay-per-view, but I am expecting a whole lot of people to buy this just because they don't know really what's going to happen, or because they had the bad turnout on Monday. Because it was overstocked by everything else. The cards were stacked against them. Are they gonna freak out about that and put the title on Ryback so everybody watches on Monday and sees what's gonna happen and do something like with Kane and Stone Cold, where basically he lost at the King of the Ring and then he just handed the title back to Stone Cold the next night on Raw, and then they can bump a Raw rating with a Punk versus Ryback match. I'm not sure. But if you do that, you're just taking, that streak away of CM Punk's that he's going to be able to wave in The Rock's face. When basically, in my opinion, Punk really hasn't beat a whole lot of people during that streak, so it's not really... Is that a bald woman? Alright, I have no clue what's going on across the street over there for you, but it's damn hot out here. I got to end this up. Hopefully everybody enjoys the pay-per-view and has a good night. Have fun, guys. Peace out.